87 horsepower, 67 pound-feet of torque, 0-60 in under 4 seconds, expected, and an MSRP that'll make you rethink what a medium-size adventure bike can be. Today we're talking about a bike that's rewriting the value math in the adverb world. The 2026 BMW F800GS right here on Global Wheel Hub. When you hear those numbers out loud, you start to understand why adventure riders, US dual sport fanatics, and longer distance explorers are buzzing about this machine before it even lands in BMW dealerships across America. This isn't just another bike, it's a mid-size splitter in the adverb category. A bike built to bridge the gap between beginner-friendly usability and genuine longer-haul capability. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know before you think about spending your hard-earned money on this motorcycle. Let's dive in. Let's start with the engine and performance specs, because that's where your heart starts beating faster. Now, the 2026 BMW F800GS is expected to pack an 895cc parallel twin engine, water-cooled and tuned for strong low and mid-range drive. BMW officially lists around 87 horsepower at 6,750 revolutions per minute and roughly 67 lb-feet of torque at the same point, which for an adverb bike in this segment is nothing to sneeze at. That's good grunt for carving through highway traffic, pulling you up steep mountain roads, and keeping pace where a bigger or narrowed bike might feel more at home. You're looking at a slipper clutch-equipped 6-speed gearbox, chain drive, and BMW's ride-by-wire throttle setup that balances smoothness with control. Now, how does that stack up to something like a Honda Africa Twin or Kawasaki KLR 650A bikes many US riders compare in the adverb class? The Africa Twin punches harder with more displacement and torque, no question, but it also comes with a premium price tag and slightly heavier weight. The F800GS sits in a sweet middle ground. More agile off-road than a heavy dual sport and more relaxed on-road than a trailer-centric bike. US riders willing to take that middle road will appreciate the flexibility. In pure spec terms, this BMW delivers a stronger power figure than the KLR 650's 40 horsepower, and torque that keeps the bike feeling alive even at highway speeds. Fuel economy? BMW hasn't published official EPA numbers yet for 2026, but industry insiders suggest you'll see very respectable MPG for an adverb bike, likely in the mid-40s to lower 50s on the highway, depending on riding style and load. That matters to riders in the US who are planning 200-mile days on interstate highways or weekend jaunts deep into national parks. Fuel tank capacity is around 4 gallons. Which, tied to a torquey parallel twin and efficient fuel mapping, should get you comfortably beyond 150 miles between fill and ups, pretty important when you're tackling empty stretches of highway. Now let's talk features and technology, the stuff that separates Global Wheel Hub reviews from the rest. Design philosophy on the F800GS clearly blends BMW's adventure heritage with modern expectations. Full LED lighting comes standard, a headlight, tail light, everything you need for reliable night riding. That's a big deal for adventure riders who plan to be out until the sun goes down. Up front, you're getting a large 6.5-inch TFT color display with smartphone connectivity, Bluetooth integration, turn-by-turn nav from your paired phone, incoming call and text display, other works. This is the kind of tech that's become expected on premium bikes in the US market, and BMW delivers it here. On the rider assist side, BMW equips the F800GS with ABS Pro, dynamic traction control, DTC, selectable riding modes, and more, all designed to keep the bike online whether you're in rain, gravel, or dust. These systems help give you confidence when conditions change fast. Let's talk suspension. A USD forks up front and an adjustable rear shock are rumored to be part of the package, giving you adjustability for load and riding terrain, whether that's canyon curves, twisty paved roads, or washboard forest trails. Brakes are dual hydraulic discs up front with solid stopping power, ABS, and great feedback, another must for confident adventure touring. So what does this mean out on the road? In city traffic, the F800GS feels eager and manageable. You've got torque right off idle, smooth clutch engagement, and handling that's predictable. On the highway, expect stability and comfort above 70 miles per hour, with the engine happy to rev and cruise. For canyon carving, twisty back roads where enthusiasts find pure joy, you'll appreciate the balance of lean, suspension give, and responsive steering that keeps you focused on the fun instead of fighting the bike. On gravel or softer terrain, don't expect full motocross suspension, but do expect a capable, balanced adverb package, ideal for forest roads, fire trails, and the kind of light off-road where many US riders spend most of their adventure touring miles. Now let's talk pricing, the part a lot of US riders are eager about. According to the latest BMW Motorrad USA model year update, the 2026 BMW F800GS is listed at around US $10,925 plus destination in the United States. That puts it in a very competitive spot for a technologically rich, globally capable adventure bike. Compare that with Africa Twin pricing, typically higher, and you start to see why this model is turning heads. Is it premium? Absolutely. Is it budget? Not in the entry-level sense. But when you consider what you get, a 6.5-inch TFT, connectivity, ABS Pro, DTCA, value for money starts looking very strong against bikes that are either heavier or lacking modern tech. Which brings us to the burning question: should you wait a broken bar or should you buy? If you're a new rider looking to jump into adventure touring with confidence, yes, this bike's torque curve, manageable power, and advanced rider aids make it very approachable. If you're coming from a more powerful bigger bore adverb like an R1250GS, you might still appreciate the F800GS as a lighter, more nimble companion for mixed terrain and everyday use. For long US highway rides, say you're rolling from the Rockies out to Utah, or hitting the Blue Ridge Parkway, the seating position, wind management, adjustable windscreen expected, and comfortable ergonomics make this more than capable of 200-mile days without beating you up. Reliability: BMW's track record in the US market is strong. And while no one can predict the future, the tech and build quality here looks solid based on current reports from dealers and riders. Maintenance on a parallel twin like this should be sensible. Regular valve checks, chain upkeep, and periodic fluid changes all standard for an adverb bike. No glaring red flags so far in rider communities. That said, if you're brand new to owning a big bike, having a trusted local tech or dealer relationship will make ownership smoother. And if you're wondering about accessories, cases, heated grips, luggage racks, BMW's ecosystem means a huge aftermarket choice compared to smaller niche brands. That's part of the appeal many riders cite in forums and dealer conversations nationwide. Alright, let's bring this home. Here's the bottom line in 5 powerful lines. The 2026 BMW F800GS delivers impressive performance, smart technology, and real value. Its engine, features, and price make it a serious contender in the US adventure market. It's agile enough for everyday riding yet capable enough for real touring and light off-road exploration. If you want a bike that doesn't force compromise, this one demands your attention. For riders focused on versatility, Global Wheel Hub sees this as one of the best mid-size adverb bikes expected for 2026. So what do you think? Would you choose the F800GS over a Honda Africa Twin, a Kawasaki Versys 1000, or even something like a Triumph Tiger 900? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this in-depth review and you want more content that dives deep into the bikes you actually care about, make sure you subscribe to Global Wheel Hub for our latest motorcycle reviews, comparisons, and ride impressions. This is Global Wheel Hub, where performance meets passion. Let's ride.